But first tonight, back before COVID hit, one of the more popular events of the year in Lewiston was the annual Greek Festival. It shared the culture, history, and food from the area's Greek community with the rest of us.
Now the festival is back, started today, runs through tomorrow. 207's Don Kerrigan went to learn more about all of it through a family that has been feeding the Twin Cities for more than a century.
Like cities and towns across New England, Lewiston and Auburn grew because of immigrants. We think of the Francos, of course, who came in a large migration from Quebec. Simona's hot dog stand is an institution in downtown Lewiston, started by Jim Simona's grandfather, who came to Maine from Greece.
In 1908, yes.
1908, from the old country. Lured to Lewiston in those years, as were more than 300 other Greeks, by the chance to work.
There were many people left, coming to America as my grandfather said, where the streets are paved with gold because of the opportunity that they had here.
His grandfather saw the opportunity to sell hot dogs and started a little stand across from where the family's restaurant is now.
A stand that had four bar stools and a takeout window.
The grandfather's two sons, one of them Jim's father, eventually took over and then bought the building across the street.
From 1908 to 1966, we were, as we say, across the street, and from 1966 on, we've been here. Wow. So we just celebrated our 114th year.
Greek immigrants in a largely French city, all looking for their share of the American dream. At a time when Jim and his wife Linda say LA's different ethnic groups all shared the same dream.
They got along incredibly well. They worked together. They learned to speak each other's language too, which was pretty interesting.
Your Mame and Papu used to watch soap operas because one was Greek, one was French, but they learned English.
That history and Greek culture is what they will share with others this weekend as Lewiston's Greek Festival comes back to the Holy Trinity Church. Jim and Linda's daughter Melissa shared a word with us.
It's a Greek word, so we always say all these words come from us. Philoxenia, which is essentially like the hospitality and to be a friend to a stranger. And I wouldn't call the community a stranger, but it's sort of a way to like share the culture, the tradition at the church, the food, the dancing, like the whole welcoming people in.
This Greek family's work life has been focused on food on this very street for a century. But like many in the Greek community around here, their personal lives have been centered around the Orthodox Church and the very special foods that are part of the Greek festival. At the church, the baking has been going on for more than a week. Greek pastries by the thousands. Say the name of this again.
Phoenicia.
Phoenicia.
Yeah, it's called Phoenicia. But some folks, they will melt in your mouth. They're great with tea or coffee.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Finest kind, as we say on the coast of Maine. And more, all from the women and men of the church. And this is what?
The korambiedes. It is like the traditional wedding cookie of Greece.
They are the treats the Greek community grew up with and help carry on their culture.
And then for our big menu items, we have Athenian chicken. We have pastitsio, which is sort of like should I call it a Greek lasagna?
All of it served next to the church, also an integral part of preserving their Greek heritage.
Very involved with the church from a young age, and so that was like our second home. This was our first home here, but you know.
George Simona's, Melissa's older brother, is a chanter at the church where he helps with the service and the recitations. At the festival, he will also lead tours of the Orthodox Church and the many icons that are part of it.
It's our chance to give back to the community, to invite them in and thank them for what they give to us as well as what we can give to them.
And obviously the food's a piece of it.
Oh yes, the food's a very big big piece, yes.
Sharing and reminding others of their culture is the reason for having a Greek festival. Their numbers may not have been large, but the Greek families persevered. They built lives and a community that's still here. The Simona's family now is in its 5th generation in this city.
We want to keep the traditions and the customs going, and that's what we're doing.
And while dogs and burgers may not be tradition, they say hospitality is.
And I think that when you come to the festival, God willing, you feel like you're part of that community.
Yeah.
And I think today's day and age, like Missy hit upon, we all need to feel connected.
It's a very proud heritage.
Greeks love a good celebration, and we want to celebrate with everyone.
This weekend is a chance to get a taste, they say, of what it's like to be Greek.
I think we're all feeling pretty Greek right now.
Yes, I want some of those treats. Don, did you bring us any back? Are there any in the newsroom for us?
We're going to be giving Don a stern talking to because none of those treats made it back to the newsroom that I'm aware of.
Oh, they look so good. Have you been to Simona's for a hot dog?
I have been to Simona's. I've done a story on the business. And then there's this fascinating element, as Don pointed out there, that the Simona's, the quintessential Greek family in Lewiston, Auburn, been selling hot dogs,
right?
The quintessential all-American food.
They knew what they were doing, obviously.
Yeah, it clearly worked out. The Greek Festival, again, as we mentioned, started today. It continues tomorrow at the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Church in Lewiston.
Should be a great time.